My name is Robin Carlson. I am the country manager for Vaimo in the UK. You're going to be listening to Karen from Jack Daniels talk about how they personalize the user experience for their customers on their site.
Hi everybody. I'm part of my day job is looking after Jack Daniels' e-commerce website. We launched 12 months ago, just over 12 months ago. So we've actually, two in the back row have actually just come from cleaning up our birthday party this afternoon. There's an indication. So that's sort of the state we're in at the moment. Yeah, so we've just done 12 months of hard graft and hard learnings of firstly what personalisation looks like in reality. It's got its challenges. But I wanted to kind of put it into context of the Jack Daniels entire vision. The easiest way to say is Jack Daniels' brand vision is build lifelong relationships with friends of Jack. So we're all challenged as part of our day job to try to find how do you build this lifelong relationship. Like that's the greatest term you're ever going to see. But the way that e-com's looked at doing that is through personalisation as one of the things we do. We are a company that's used to selling to supermarkets that then sell on to you. We're not used to selling direct to you. We're not very good at it. We've learned a lot over the last 12 months. So went live last November. We've had over 500,000 people visiting the site since then, which is a pretty good start for the first 12 months. Thank God we've got a beautiful brand to play with. And what we're showing on site is a mixture of whiskey products and merchandise. So interesting learning that we had when we launched, we thought we were going to have pretty much a 50-50 mix of liquid and merchandise going out. Nope. We're about 75% liquid and 25% merchandise. So we thought we were going to be in a position where we could have lots of play between the different two. Customers tell us what we want. It wasn't what we thought. But the key to the website is gifting, exclusivity and limited editions. So we can't compete with the supermarkets. We don't want to compete with them. That's not what we're here to do. We're here to do something above and beyond what supermarkets provide. So we've focused on gifting, exclusivity, limited editions. And sort of some interesting stats for you. Out of the 23 whiskey products we sell on site, only 3 of them as of today are engravable. Fingers crossed as of tomorrow morning. I'm looking at Emma with like fear in my heart. Hopefully we'll launch another 2 tomorrow morning, presuming everything goes smoothly when we test tomorrow morning. Fingers crossed. We're also going into Black Friday tomorrow. No pressure. From all bottle sales on the website, 25% of the whole group of them are engravable, and 75% of a product that can be engraved is engraved. So what that means is if you want to buy this bottle, you can choose to buy the bottle, or you can choose to pay an extra £10 to get the engraving on the side. And 75% of people choose to do that and pay £10 for it. I think it was one of the comments earlier was, is it returnable? We say no, all product that's engraved is not returnable because we've gone through a very stringent legal process to ensure that consumers tick the correct legal process to say, I agree that this is my responsibility. So we don't. There's been a few exceptions where we do, and that's just more of a case of a brand concept. For example, can I tell the story about the... Go on. Okay. For example, we had a return from a lady that we would normally not have accepted the return from. The letter in it said, I've just broken up with my boyfriend and I was going to give this to him for his birthday. So that's kind of the answer of where you choose. To kind of give you an idea of what the engraving looks like, all we've done is, it's not rocket science, we're not trying to recreate anything, we're not the lounge company, we're really basic 101 of engraving. All we're doing is just a really simple ad engraving for £10, and when you choose to click on that, you get the option, really simple input fields, it appears on the bottle. Like this is not rocket science, this is nothing that anybody couldn't do. That's such bad English, I'm so sorry. But part of the thing is it then says, I take responsibility, I understand terms and conditions. So we're asking them to sign off on it, but that's the way it goes. And then once they've gone through the process, it's repeated again. So before they hit the final button, they are reviewing it. So they're seeing it live, they're reviewing it, with the hope that at this point in time, it's good, and they're happy and contented. This is what engraving looks like from our point of view in the machine. So the engraving itself takes a minute to 1 to 2 minutes-ish. Yeah, and this is where you can tell I got bored and stopped paying attention. But the process that we go through is it's a laser etching on bottle. And okay, this is a test bottle that we're using to sort of show, but it's laser etching on bottle. We then do a full buff and a rub to just highlight the text against the liquid. Because of the way the Jack Daniel's works, we can only sell full bottles, fully 100% sealed that has come out of the factory. So that seal, that has to leave Louisville sealed like that or we can't sell it. So it's still really, really strict on that sort of thing. So as much as, if you want to buy your own personalised liquid, it's going to cost you somewhere between 12 and 15 grand. You can do it. We can offer it. I'm quite happy to take your money. But on the website at the moment, we're limited to this. We're looking at the personalisation point to let people buy that personalised liquid, but we can't do it otherwise. Emma and I often spend far too long looking at the website, just with a box of Kleenex between the two of us, just having a bit of a moment. My personal favourite is the Daddy, because obviously this was sent to a brand new father. So the Daddy 18 years was sent to, so it was a woman sending to man of equal name, so sending to her husband. XX was actually a female's name, which was really cool. So it was her boyfriend buying her first bottle of Jack in some sort of weird way. And the final one was actually a third person buying Jack and Jill, their wedding gift. So it's kind of, you think that Jack Daniel's is a really flexible brand, but for me, though, these are vastly different occurrences of why people are actually buying personalisation. Big thing for us is we couldn't do this without the required partner support. Obviously, Vaimo play a huge part in this, the tech that's been built in. Go Live, I think there's many people who spent hours crying over it, trying to build it and trying to get it to work correctly. But we couldn't do it without partners. The considerations we have is that any product that sells through site has to be to a person over 18 years old. And if anybody under 18 is sold a product and we don't show due diligence, basically I'm fired there and then and there on the spot. We've got multiple levels. One first, before you come into the site, you have an age gate. People lie. We know this. We then go through the process of a second level of asking people for their age date when they purchase. They're less likely to lie at that stage. And then the third point is on delivery. If the person receiving the product is of over 18, fine. If they're anything under 25, we age check.
So that's a delivery person age check.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. So it's another level to this. The good part, as you've seen, with the message communicated from the point of purchase to the point of checkout. And we've also managed to finally get it onto the email communication as well, so people are seeing their message the whole way through, so they've always get a chance to have any sort of concerns and go back to customer service and change. We have really obviously had to put in a profanity list on the website, which is possibly, I think, both of these two have spent about 4 hours giggling their everything's off, writing that list. And so we've put that's automatically built into the system, so you can't natively swear on the site. Everybody still tries to do it anyway. The brand reputation is we cannot be attached to anything which could have a negative impact. Because we're selling from brand direct to consumer, and we are a brand of a certain reputation, we cannot be seen to be profane in any way, shape or form.
Like racist, sexist, all that.
It doesn't matter, anything. We just cannot be seen to be, there's so many restrictions on us at the moment. It's that classic thing that we're always told in marketing, don't do anything you don't want to see on the front page of a newspaper the next day. And if we sell a bottle that has some sort of messaging, we stand a good chance that could. So we always keep that in mind. And the other thing, above and beyond that, we've still got a second check through customer service, that they also go through and double check spelling mistakes, any other random profanities that come through, which they still come through. Was this see you next? Yep. Yep. So we still get them anyway, so we've got to try to make sure. So we've got multiple layers of checks anyway.
How many orders are you dealing with?
What are we on at the moment? We're 450 engraved bottles within a 4-day period, which really tested the warehouse.
So what can you max out at? What can you max out at? How many can you do a week? And what is the next step with that?
So theoretically it takes 5 minutes per bottle. It depends on how many people we can physically pull into the warehouse quickly enough that are trained to that level, and how, basically what shifts we can actually work within. So Father's Day, for example, we completely tested Radial, who's our partner agency, to the limits. We had one poor girl, for example, who did do a 14-hour day. She must have loved it. The overtime would have been brilliant, but we had to be mindful that that's that. So we at the moment, that is one of our challenges and considerations. We've got one machine with a limited number of staff to actually push limited numbers through.